Uh, we got Jack Be Nimble, which is actually on the Fangoria 101 Unheralded Horror Films list. And I don't know if anybody's already forgotten about the list. I'm planning on starting that back up again in the fall. Um, it's going to be every now and then thing though, because I don't know if anybody knows, but I'm going back to school. I'm going back to college in the fall. So I'm going back to college in the fall. So it might not be as many videos. I'm still going to be doing some, but it's probably, I got school, I'm going to be doing homework, I'm going to be writing, reports, I'm going to do all this kind of stuff, so school is a priority over, YouTube. It's just because I'm 23, I need to get a college education, I need to get that out of the way. So maybe if I get enough going, get enough education, maybe I can get something, get my foot in the door in some editing, some in Hollywood or something like that. But this is Jack Be Nimble. Alexis Arquette. It's like a suspense, supernatural thriller. Has some hilarious movie trailers in front of it. And I've thought about like making a channel to post trailers of VHS rips, but I just don't know. So I don't have that much. I don't know. I mean, I've thought about it, but then I'm like, how am I going to keep up with the channel? Because I got all these other channels I'm trying to keep up with too. It's just, I don't know. But this is Jack Be Nimble. If I do set up a channel up for that kind of stuff, I will definitely let you guys know. But this is Jack Be Nimble. And if you're, I mean, I'd be even more willing to start it up if I have a bunch of people wanting me to do it. So if a lot of my subscribers, a lot of you guys want me to make another channel and post VHS rips, with trailers for my VHS tapes, I'd be more than willing to do a little bit of that, because it's not going to take that long for me to do it. I just have to hook it up. Take me maybe, I could pick a few tapes, post some stuff, and it'd be something fun. Might get running with the copyrights, whatever. I don't really care. But anyway, it'd be something for you guys, because there's some trailers on some of these tapes that really need to be seen to be believed. They're fucking hilarious. So, just let me know, and I'll get to making a channel. But this is Jack Be Nimble, a supernatural thriller. This is Funland. Welcome to the amusement park. It's like, I like the cover. Kind of reminds you of the Joker, right? And it's like an action comedy, and it's got some good reviews on it. So yeah, it doesn't really star anybody I really know, but it does sound like an interesting movie. Sounds like it might be fun. And I've always liked this cover art. It always intrigued me for some reason. So this is Funland, which is on DVD, I think, but I think it's hard to find. This is Absence of the Good, which I think is the last film that John Flynn directed before he died. John Flynn is the director who directed he directed Lock Up with Stallone, and I saw the trailer for this and it looked like it might be good. It's like a suspense thriller with Stephen Baldwin, and basically it's like one cop killer. One cop, no, not one cop killer. One cop, one killer, no clues, no time. After his son is shot to death at school, damn. Detective Caleb Barnes, Stephen Baldwin, loses touch with his soul. When a series of seemingly unrelated murders plague Salt Lake City, the detective hides his grief in search for the killer. Hampered by a lack of clues, an imploding home life, and his commander's unrelenting pressure, Caleb painstakingly unravels a tangled web, exposing a malignant family, a history of abuse and murder. So, it sounded interesting. I mean, I saw the trailer for it before, I think, the movie Hangman that I got. Hangman with Lou Diamond Phillips. This, what it is kind of ballsy plot. The killer in this is a kid. It's kind of a spoiler, but the killer is a kid, and that automatically interested me. Not like the movie Mikey, which I've never seen, but okay. And definitely not like Milo. Milo's a piece of shit. But Absence of Good looked like it might be a better film than that. And plus, it's the last film that John Flynn directed, if I remember correctly. So I like to give that a look anyway. He's a solid director, and he will be missed. So, and Stephen Baldwin, he's all right. So I mean, this Absence of the Good. This one, I think I have this in Oklahoma, but I really am not sure. I don't know for sure. I don't know, like some people, you're like, what were you doing? I'm like, my left foot is falling asleep. Some people, I guess, can get away with sitting like this, and others can't. I don't know. Uh, this is Season of Fear. I think I have it. Another one that Debbie used to have. Debbie. I think I have this in Oklahoma, but I don't know for sure. I mean, seriously, I lost count of everything I have in there over there. There's certain ones that I might see, and then I'm like, yeah, I have that. But then, I need to replace it anyway. Mick. The story is basically Mick, played by Michael Bowen, hasn't seen his estranged father since he was 3 years old. But now he's been invited to his father's desert ranch for a reunion. His father's wife, Claire Wen, however, has something a little different in mind. She begins a passionate affair with Mick before he finds out that she is not, in fact, his father's house sitter. Alone at his father's isolated ranch, the only local policeman, Clancy Brown, and gas station operator Michael J. Pollard. Clancy Brown and Michael J. Pollard in one movie. For a company, Mick is drawn deeper and deeper into a web of intrigue, deception, and violence. Taught with suspense from its unsettling beginning to its unforgettably shocking conclusion, Season of Fear combines steamy sensuality, breathtaking cinematography, and a disturbing, haunting plot. Directed by Doug Campbell, and I just thought those two guys together would be interesting to see it. Season of Fear is basically, I think, yeah, I don't know for sure if I had this in Oklahoma or not. I don't know, I'm just keep repeating myself. But I do know I also picked up Night Angel by Dominic Othnin Jerkoff. And that one actually, I have a copy of that in Oklahoma, but I got another copy of it because of 50 cents. So I was like, whatever. This is Season of Fear. I got a deal on this one. He gave me this for 50 cents. The guy, the one, this is SNL 25 Years of Laughs. This is on DVD too, but this is really cool. This is basically, it's the 25th anniversary sort of edition of SNL, the special that aired, hosted by Bill Murray. And it not only has just that, but it has a lot of stuff. It's a 21st anniversary special. It's got all different kinds of clips. It's got, it's two tapes full. So it's part one, which is 160 minutes. So that's 2 hours, part one. Part two is also 2 hours. So like a 4 hour, 4 hours of laughs for like 50 cents. And that's cool. SNL, this is when SNL was still funny. SNL's not funny anymore. But this is SNL 25 Years of Laughs, which is, I've seen the DVD before. It's a lot of fun, actually. So I was pretty cool. It was nice to get that for like 50 cents. Another one I have in Oklahoma, but so fuck it. This is number one with a bullet, 50 cents. Robert Carradine, Billy Dee Williams. Like an action movie. It's from the producers of Cobra and the Delta Force. So number one with a bullet. Robert Carradine and, Billy Dee Williams. Funny. This one, another one that Debbie used to have, but now I own. Beyond the Door 3. Heard it's shit. I'll give it a look. We'll see if it's really shit. It's like a terror train, but like a Exorcist on a train or something like that. This has nothing to do with the first two Beyond the Door films, and I'm actually fine with that because the first film was overrated as hell. The first film was just not scary. Just Exorcist ripoff and some kid owning 13 copies of Love Story for some fucking reason. Anyway, I've already ranted on that. But this is Beyond the Door 3. And I haven't seen Beyond the Door 2. Shock. So like one of the last things that Mario Bava directed. So this Beyond the Door 3. This is something I got 50 cents. I'm like, I don't think this is on DVD. I like the actor and want to see what else he could add. This is Echo Park. Never heard of this movie. That's another reason why I picked it up. It's got Susan Day and Tom Hulce. Tom Hulce straight off Amadeus. Yeah, he didn't, and Amadeus I think he won an Oscar for that. So it goes from winning an Oscar to Echo Park. Yeah, and Parenthood. Yeah, he didn't become a star, Tom Hulse. That's too bad. He's a pretty good actor. He's actually a solid actor. So I want to give it a look. It's like a romance, not a romantic sort of comedy. It's basically, can a stripper, a pizza man, and a bodybuilder find happiness in L.A.? Just with that, I had to give it a look with that kind of description. A stripper, a bodybuilder, and a pizza man in one movie? Yes, I'm in on that action. Certainly. Living in the Echo Park suburb of Los Angeles, a struggling actress, Susan Day, tends bar, delivers stripograms, and rents rooms to an insecure musician, Tom Hulse, and a professional bodybuilder, Michael Bowen. While all three pursue their dreams of making it big, Hulse and Bowen pursue their landlady, and it all adds up to a zany yet passionate look at ambition, love, and life in the 80s. So I'm like, okay, I'll give it a look. Echo Park. Have that one. Then Coupe De Ville, which I don't know if it's on DVD or not. It's a fun movie. It's got Patrick Dempsey, Ari Gross, and Daniel Stern. It's a coming-of-age flick. Basically, it's a heartwarming comedy about three very different brothers who reluctantly unite for a 1,500-mile car trip. At the request of their domineering father, Alan Arkin, the trio finds themselves driving a classic 1954 powder blue Cadillac Coupe De Ville from Detroit to Miami for their mother's 50th birthday. The race is on to see if the bickering brothers can get there in time without damaging the car or each other. Excellent performances and blend with a lively soundtrack in this memorable and lighthearted journey co-starring Joseph Bologna. So, yeah, directed by Joe Roth, and I've heard a lot of good things about this, and I heard it's a pretty underrated movie, 1990. That's from 1990, so Coupe de Ville. And just see Daniel Stern and you know, a little coming-of-age flick. So, it's Coupe de Ville. This one I've never heard of until I saw it. I decided to pick it up. It comes down to this, I like picking up movies. If they're cheap, like they're 50 cents, like Echo Park and this one that I'm going to show you, because, like, I mean, it's 50 cents. I mean, it could suck, but then again, it might be good. This is the Ratings Game with Danny DeVito and Ray Perlman. This is Danny DeVito's directorial debut. It was a Showtime original movie. And basically stars Danny DeVito as a New Jersey trucking magnate whose only dream is hitting it big as a Hollywood producer. There is only one thing standing in his way. He has absolutely no talent. Zero. Luckily for him, he has no morals, no conscience, and a girlfriend who works for the rating service. Together they pull a hilarious scam on television's sacred rating system that sets TV entertainment back, or at least one or two seasons. Danny DeVito makes his directorial debut on this biting satire. So I was like, I'll give it a look. It sounded like a fun idea. I've heard iffy things about it, but you know, whatever. It's a directorial debut. I'll give it a look. He's kind of a crazy. His directing style is pretty fucking crazy. So the same guy who directed Matilda. It's a pretty screwed up movie.